Welcome to a brand new episode of Instacar HK. Today we are at the 2023/2024 Trader Roadshow by the Classic Car Club of Hong Kong. And what a joy to be back. After years of hiccup, we have had to cancel the show due to protests, due to the pandemic. Last year, 2022, we finally were able to start again, but everyone had to wear masks, it was mandatory. So finally, this is the first year where we're rebooted in a normal show, where there's no pandemic restrictions, great weather, and lots of cars. Now, I have brought my trusty 1995 Volvo 850 T5R, which I don't think will be winning any awards anytime soon. But I love this car and I like to bring a different car every year, so I'm happy it's here. But without further ado, let's look at some of the other cars that are displayed here today. So right off the bat, the show favorite, the Jaguar EType. Every year there are a few. We have two Series 1 here, 3.8. There's a Series 2 here, and as I mentioned in my old films before, you can tell it was a Series 2 by the one-piece chrome grille and the open headlights without the glass cover. But what I wanted to show you guys are the two cars here. One is the Jag Mark II, which is very nicely restored. And the owner, every year, he likes to display some of the pictures he has with the car, which I thought is quite a nice touch. There's the owner of the car and a nice little stand here. But the star of the show for the Jaguars, I think, is this XK140 fixed head coupe. Freshly landed from the UK, owned by a very good friend of mine, Stephen. Stephen,
hi,
hello.
Hi.
When did you buy this car?
Well, I think about 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
You always wanted a 140?
Not really. Actually, I would like an EType, but then end up with 140.
Okay, so you just drive this first and then get the EType later.
Yeah, probably,
All right.
probably.
Beautiful car, mate. Beautiful car. Thanks for
you.
bringing it. Moving on. So next up, I wanted to talk about this 1975 Daihatsu F10 Jeep, a original Hong Kong car, 75-76, very cool looking, one of a kind in Hong Kong. And we have the owner here, Sir Michael, to share with us some stories he has with this car. Hi, Sir Michael, thanks for doing this and thanks for bringing your car here. Can you tell us something about this Daihatsu F10?
Well, I found the first Daihatsu that I saw was in Phuket in Thailand a couple of years earlier.
Okay.
And then I went to see the Daihatsu agent, and he told me he had imported 2 of these for the jockey club. So I said, will you be importing any more? And he said, well, maybe, and that's how I ordered one.
I see, for the jockey club too. They probably use it for the race course or something.
I think they probably did. But then in addition to that, I ordered the winch, which was a further improvement.
All right.
And also the wider wheels. which were an improvement as well.
Right, that's why it got a tougher stance than what I would imagine it looks originally.
Correct.
So how did you use it back in period?
Well, the roads were not as busy then, and I have, my parents had a home in the New Territories in Chingsan and Castle Peak, and the roads in the hills there were wonderful. So I would go on those roads and drive it on the weekends.
Just doing some off-roading in Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Well, there you have it, an original Hong Kong Daihatsu which had done proper off-roading in Hong Kong back then by Sir Michael. Thank you so much for your time, Sir Michael.
Great
Wonderful car,
pleasure.
wonderful story. Thank you.
Thank you for making the arrangements.
Absolutely. Cheers. Thank you. Right, so now we're at the Rolls-Royce and Bentley corner. We have about 10 this year. Really nice display. And with me here is Matt from Autoficiando, classic car / Rolls-Royce specialist. And Matt, can you just quickly bring us through what we got here this year? Matt was the one who put together this display for us this year, so we're really thankful for that.
Yeah, so we've got, to start here, we've got a 1979 Shadow 2 Rolls-Royce. We have a Shadow 1.
This one is older, right?
Yeah, so this is a
with the
Shadow
chrome
1.
bumpers.
Yeah, so this has chrome bumpers, and you see on the Shadow 2 has the rubberized bumpers. Next up, we have an 86 Corniche. This car I've actually converted from carburetor to fuel injection.
To fuel injection.
Yeah, to
so
fuel
it's easier to start and maintain and all that now.
It's easier to drive, more reliable starting, better fuel economy as well, which is important.
Yes. Well, for a Rolls-Royce, definitely.
Yeah, so now we have a SZ series car. This is a Spur, Rolls-Royce Spur, silver Spur.
Is that Spur 3? They have 1, 2, 3 as well, right?
Technically, this is a Spur 4, but they don't call it a Spur 4.
I see.
So
All right.
it's a silver Spur.
Got it.
Yeah. This is a BMW era Rolls-Royce, so this is a silver Seraph. This uses a BMW V12.
BMW V12.
BMW
All right, I
V12,
see,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Now we're going into the Bentley section, but this is a 1990 Bentley Turbo RL. So it's a long wheelbase Turbo R using the Bentley V8 single turbo.
Okay. Very nice. Oh, this is one of my favorite.
Yes, this is at its launch. It was the most expensive car in the world, I believe. So yeah, this is actually my car. So this is a '95 Bentley Continental R.
I always do like the Rolls-Royce and Bentley two-door fixed-head coupes. I think they always have style, and this one is totally able to keep that style. And I think it's aging quite well. Obviously, it's a 90s car, but it's really aging quite well.
It really is, yeah. And obviously you have the convertible version, which is the Azure. Yeah, great car to drive.
One day, if I'm brave enough, I may buy one. Brave enough for the maintenance and fuel economy.
Well, you know who to come and see.
Definitely.
Yeah, so now we move on to the last two. So these two cars, very similar color. So these are Bentley Turbo RTs. So these are basically the last in line of the SZ series before they then went over to what would be a Bentley Arnage.
All right.
And the Rolls-Royce Seraph. So it's the last of the chassis.
And this one just had its engine put back in, right? I remember
Yes,
I was
this
at your
one, yep,
workshop.
yep.
The
So-
engine was out as of just last week, so I don't.
Yeah, so
So you put it back. You managed to put it back together and bring it here.
Yeah, midnight Saturday.
All right, cool.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, man, for
You're
your time.
welcome.
You enjoy the show.
Yeah,
Thanks for
cheers.
bringing.
Thank
Cheers. So I want to talk about one more car, which is this 1986 Daimler DS420. Why I want to particularly talk about it, aside from being a cool, big classic car, is this car actually has a lot of historical significance for Hong Kong because it is the last governor's car. Hong Kong governor's car used to be the car that takes Chris Patten around, Hong Kong's last governor. And actually, one of our committee members owned it, and he found the car in about early 2000, so way after the handover, in a scrapyard in Campton, about to be scrapped. And he said, wow, this is too significant of a Hong Kong piece of history that he needed to save it, and saved it he did, fortunately. He bought it and then went through a very thorough restoration. And what's interesting is there are certain parts which shows that this is a diplomat or government's car, including these lights here. These lights, you can move it, and it is for the purposes of shining on the Hong Kong flag when the car travels. And then, of course, there's this blue light here, which is to show when the car is on the highway or whatever, to show the public that it's a government's car. Obviously, it will be with a police escort and whatnot. So this blue light is also specific to this government's car. It's a very cute thing. The owner brings it out from time to time, and I think it's good, to preserve some Hong Kong history in terms of automotive history, which is not often found in Hong Kong. So really cool car, I think. So on this corner, we have the Ferraris, and on the other side, there are the concourse cars, so it's quite busy. Obviously, the audience favorite being this F40, Ferrari F40, which we have reviewed on our channel before. And on this side, we have the concourse cars, including the Ferrari 275 GTB, who was at the last show as well. This is, of course, the one that went through the full Ferrari Classique restoration at Ferrari Maranello. So very special car, very beautiful, won a bunch of awards in the last show. And here it is again this year, the concourse. Let's see which award it will win this year. It will for sure pick up something, but let's see which. We have the yellow Dino, not the one we reviewed. We reviewed a red one, but Dinos are always beautiful and always a joy to have at the show. And so yeah, you can see all the judges taking the judging very seriously. And yeah, let's see who will be the winners today. So for the last car I want to talk about is this 1994 Alfa Romeo 155. The 155 is of course a very iconic model due to its presence in the European Touring Car, British Touring Car Championship. And this car, as you can see, has the proper racing livery and proper period OZ wheels with the tire writings and whatnot. Very cool car, very eye-catching. So I also quite like it because it's the same era in terms of Touring Car Championship as my own Volvo 850. Now, I don't have the bravery to do the racing livery on my car, but I'm very glad that this owner did because it's so eye-catching and so nice. Now, the owner has agreed that we can do an episode together with the 850 and the 155. So let's hope we find time to do that and we'll share it with you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll be here today enjoying this show. It's always fun. If you did, please give us a like, please subscribe. Please remember to click the bell button next to the subscribe button so you know when our next video is coming. Thank you and have a good day. 咁第一要多謝我哋自己個 working team 啦，Company 同埋其他 working team 喺嗰度要做好多嘢。咁亦都要多謝我哋嘅 Vivian 啦，我哋嘅秘書每年做呢個遮打道咧，佢哋都係好忙，好辛苦。咁再梗係要多謝所有今日參加嘅會員展示佢哋啲愛區出嚟啦，咁所以多謝。咁同埋最重要咧就要多謝我隔離呢個位，就係我哋今年嘅贊助商 SPS， 一輪多謝你哋嘅支持，又擺靚車又成，咁所以希望大家今年玩得開心啲。咁係咯 ，enjoy the show，thank you。3, 2